Well, hello there, friends. Welcome to a new season of Coffee with Monica. We have a lot of wonderful things planned for you this season. I'm excited about it. I'm enthused, and I just cannot wait to rip through this season so that you will be fueled with passion for your purpose. But on today's show, I want you to come back and tune in because we have some things that are going to catapult you into your purpose in a way that you probably never thought of before. So don't go away. We'll be right back on Coffee with Monica.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds. Stop the texts, stop the wrecks.
Welcome back to the show. Today's show, I want you to take notes. I want you to DVR, do whatever you need to do because this show is going to get you to another level as it relates to your purpose. Well, I want to welcome today Mr. Michael Bennett to Coffee with Monica. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Monica, for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm glad that you drove this way to come. And really, what you represent, I feel like people all over need to take hold of what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And so before we get started, I want you to tell our viewers who you are and what it is you do.
All right. My name is Michael Bennett, and I represent Michael Blake Menswear. We are a made-to-measure menswear brand. We produce suits and shirts and ties and shoes and things like that. And it's all made to measure. You know, most men can't go to the store and just buy anything off the rack that fits them right. Mm-hmm. So what we do is we take, 10 to 12 different measurements for the suit, the jacket, and we produce a garment that's exclusively for them.
Wow. See, I think that's kind of cool. And people who know me, they know that I love fashion things and the bling and the style and all of that. And what I hear you're saying is that you're bringing some high-end type things to us, custom made, fit to the body. And you know what? I think that's great. But we want to talk about that a little bit more as we go along. But first, everyone knows that the show is about all things purpose.
Right.
We like to talk about how we discovered our purpose. You know, when did we get that defining moment when I know this is what I want to do the rest of my life? Let me ask you this. Did you start out wanting to do this type of business?
No, as a child, I always liked really nice things and luxury items, leather jackets, and and things like that. So as I grew up, I found out that I could really have a business that that I could sell these type of things. But I started out just really trying to find your way and trying to find out what it is that that you do and how you can make your track in the world.
Wow. That's interesting. Now let me ask you this, for the viewers' sake. Your it's custom making. Is that is that the right term?
It
to
is.
use? Okay. So when you set out on this track, did you have like sewing classes and things like that?
No, that was one of the things I really had to overcome because I've been in the TV business for 21 years.
Yeah.
And but I always, like I said, love clothes. So I really had to teach myself how to measure. And what we do is we take the measurements and then we send those off to Hong Kong.
Wow.
And they produce the garment for us and they send it back to us, and it's a 3-week turnaround.
Wow, that's pretty good. Now, you mentioned something about television business. Now, can we talk about your television business? What is all that about?
Well, I work for Today's THV. Okay. I'm the senior director. I direct the evening newscast, the 5, 6, and the 10. And I've been doing that for since '91. And we get a chance during the fall to go on the road. We do a Razorback football post-game show after all the games. And it's been a great career. And I've been able to take care of my family and do a lot of different things. But as you go on, you realize what your passion really is. I've always known. And so, it was an opportunity for me to, I like family business, and I have a 7-year-old son, and I wanted to really build a business that I could pass down to him as he grows older.
Wow, that's great. That's great. The Bible says that we should leave an inheritance for our children's children. So I think that's fascinating. So how is it that you juggle your daytime career and your purpose career, which is what I like to call it. How do you juggle all that?
It's, you know, you have to be really organized. I'm a pretty detailed and meticulous person, and, you know, I don't go into work until 1:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
So usually during the mornings, I set appointments, I meet with clients, and, you know, I'm able to do it from home, so I can kind of do my housework and get on the computer, take care of orders or call people, and you know, I kind of pride myself in being pretty detailed and pretty organized, so I'm able to get it going.
Handle all of that. And I think that's important for our viewers to understand that you can be multifaceted. You can do more than one thing. You have this dream and this goal and desire inside of you, but you have the daytime job. And many may think because I have this career that my purpose has to stay on the back burner.
No. Well, you know, my mantra is you have to kind of find a way to do what it is that you want to do. You know, people are always going to help you, and you have to really be self-motivated and do it yourself. And you may fall, or you may lose money, or, you know, things might not work out the first time, but you have to really stay focused and stay organized, and don't get discouraged, and just kind of keep going. I remember the first orders I took, when it came back, it was way too short for a client, and it looked like Pee Wee Herman. But I really had, you know, I was upset, but I was like, well, I'm gonna keep it going, and I, you know, took the necessary measurements again, and you know, just kind of redid it, and it came back perfect. So
wow. And I'm glad you brought that up. Were you afraid when you started out?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
You really were.
Yeah, because you don't know how people are going to receive you. You know, you can cold call someone and they kind of blow you off, or you can meet someone and shake their hand, and you know, a lot of times people don't think your product is maybe a luxury product, or so. Yeah, there's always time to be disappointed, but you know, you really have to you know, believe in yourself. And you know, I believe that this is what God has called me to do. TV is taking care of my family, but you know, I'm gonna use this to kind of catapult and leave something for my son later on.
I think it's great. And in just a few minutes, we're going to take a quick break. And what you're saying is really inspiring me, because I meet people all of the time, and they have these wonderful goals for themselves and these dreams, and they really want to do it, but there's one thing that stops them, and that's fear. A little bitty word, a 4-letter word, fear. So when we come back after the break, I want to talk about how you broke past the fear, and then I want to talk about some of these fascinating products that you're producing. Can we do that?
Sure.
All right, good. All right, I don't want you to go away, because we're going to talk about pushing past the fear. And we know that fear is real, so don't go away. We're going to come right back here on Coffee with Monica.
Right now, famine, war, and drought are killing a child every 6 minutes in the Horn of Africa. They can't share their story, but you can. Even the smallest and simplest investments can save lives. But do more than donate. Forward the facts to everyone you know. Forward from our site. Forward onto your family, friends, and social network. We are the relief.
Welcome back to the show, and we're here with Michael Bennett from Michael Blake Menswear. In first segment, we were talking about pushing past the fear, because we know, well, God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. We understand that, but the fear that we face in our minds, it's real. So how do we get past that?
Well, I just, you know, you pursue your passion, and this is something that I've, you know, like we spoke earlier, that I've loved since I was, you know, a little boy. And you know, I'm sure you've heard the story of Denzel Washington, how he was at his mother's hair salon, and this lady kind of prophesied to him about what he would do. Much of the same thing happened to me at a Call to Excellence women's ministry, and it was probably 10, 12 years ago. Dr. Jennifer Johnson kind of spoke to me and told me, hey, I was going to be an entrepreneur, and this is what happened to me, what was going to happen. And, you know, it kind of, you know, we just sat on it and sat on it and sat on it for years and years. But then, you know, the timing is important too.
Yes.
And you have to, I waited for the right time, and I researched, and I always think that your preparation time shouldn't be wasted time.
Absolutely.
So you should always research, and you learn about your product, you learn about your customer. You form your business plan, and you do the necessary things that you need to do. And the timing happened, and the launch of the internet, because I do business with people all over the world.
Oh, wow.
And so you have to wait for technology to really help you, and technology has helped me. So we use Skype, and I talk to vendors on Skype that are in Italy, they're in Hong Kong. So, that technology, 12 years ago or 15 years ago wasn't available.
Yeah.
So, it's the timing has to happen, and you have to be prepared.
Yeah.
And, and that's kind of how, and you still have to get past the fear.
Absolutely.
But you have to take a first step.
Yeah.
And once you take that first step, then you get more confidence, you gain more confidence. You get a client's things back, and he loves them, and he tells his friends, and that gives you more confidence, and you kind of builds, it gets momentum, and you kind of get going like that.
Wow, you're a man of wisdom.
Oh, well.
You're a man of great wisdom, because we need to know these things. Because it's one thing to have the idea, to have the dream, to have the goal. Then we've got the fear. But you said something that was so important that I would love for our viewers to take hold of. That's preparation time. You have to research. You have to know, because it does give you confidence. And I did not realize, I know you're doing great things with your line, but I didn't know you were world renowned.
Well, not world renowned.
I'm saying it. I'm speaking
well, I receive it then. But with the technology, the internet, Skype, and FaceTime on the iPads, it allows me to I can't pick up and take a flight to Hong Kong or take a flight to Italy, but through these technologies, I can speak to these people, and they can tell me, hey, how to measure, or they got this new product, and we can kind of look at it, that way. Timing, I might have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to speak to a vendor in Italy because of the timing difference, but that's okay too.
It's worth it. It's worth it. So now, how long have you actually been in business?
Since 2008, October of 2008.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And I'm sitting here chomping at the bit right now, because I'm ready to go to the next segment where we can actually touch and feel and see and look. But before we do that, who would you say that your clothes speaks to?
The man who loves luxury, and he understands that his clothes is an important part of his image. The higher that a ladder a man climbs, the more important his image and his grooming becomes. A suit is just it shouldn't be something that's kind of displayed ostentatiously, but it should be just a part of the image that he wants to portray.
And I learned years ago that the way that you dress, it can either help you or it can hurt you. And over the years in my career, if I had the business attire, business casual attire, it affects my mental attitude.
You're exactly right.
It affects how I work. If I'm dressed down, I'm more relaxed. And so what you're doing, you're saying, hey, listen, this is one of the steps that you need to take in order to pursuing your purpose, especially if you are a man of distinction, right?
You dress for the type of success you want to be.
Very good.
People don't realize that how much we're judged. When, especially as young African American men, I always try to tell our men that, when you meet someone, you need to be polished, and you need to your clothes need to fit. And it's not about labels, or you don't have to go and spend thousands of dollars on a wardrobe, but you need to be presentable, especially when you go to your job interviews or to school at least. And clothing really changes your mentality. I heard a man say once that if you can change the way a man dresses, you can change the way he thinks. And the Bible teaches us, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So we have to really change the way that our young men, dress, and the way that we see ourselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. Have you done any workshops or anything like that?
We during the summer I volunteer with the Boys and Girls Club and with a program called Career Launch, and we kind of go in and maybe tell them, how they need to dress, and maybe they don't need to have the braids or don't get all the tattoos, but you really need to make decisions now. These decisions that you make now are going to affect you way down the road.
Wow.
So.
Well, I got to ask you this question before
Okay.
we go to break. And you know, I said I was going to wait and ask you offset, but I'm going to ask you now.
Okay.
I know it says Michael Blake Menswear. Well, woman has man on the end of it. So, my question to you, do you think that you'll launch into some women's wear?
You know, I've had a lot of women, ask about certain things, but you guys have multiple places you can go and buy stuff. You've got all kind of boutiques and all kind of, we don't have anything. So we want to have something special just for men.
That's wonderful and great and fine, but see, you're all tailor-made to fit. We want to be tailor-made to fit too.
But see, you got like all of these shops. But it's something I've thought about, man. Maybe later down the road, but we want to take care of our men now.
I understand. Maybe I can flood the email box. Flood the women. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break, and we're going to get some things out here because I want our viewers to see exactly what it is you're producing. Is that all right?
Sure.
Okay, good. Don't go away. We're going to take a look at some products from Michael Blake Menswear when we come back on Coffee with Monica.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Brown bagging lunch instead of going out. $6 save times 5 days a week times 10 years is $21,000. That's a lot of lettuce. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. Feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to the show. And we have another guest that has decided to join us, and his name is
I guess you called him Denzel.
Denzel. Okay, since we talked about Denzel a little earlier, so we have Denzel here.
Okay.
This is a really nice suit.
Thank you.
Can you tell me about this suit? What are we looking at here?
This is a Super 150s.
Can I touch?
Sure.
I like to touch
It's
things.
it's a wool and cashmere, and it has the pick stitching on the lining. It's just a simple detail. And one of the other details that we have workable sleeve buttonholes here. And this is one of the shirts. It's 2-ply Egyptian cotton.
Wow.
It's very soft.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really nice. And what we can do is we have all different kind of, this is a silk lining that has a piping in it.
Oh, that's nice.
And then
Michael.
there's a
Wow.
embroidery.
So you actually do this. So the
Well,
man-
it comes back like that. When he places his order, it starts with a piece of fabric.
Yeah.
Just a swatch. He picks out the swatch that he wants and the fabric and then the lining, and then we go from just detailing it there. We can do either the peak lapels like the one I have, or the traditional notch
see
lapels.
that. There's a difference with the
Right.
lapel there.
Right.
Okay.
And we can go. You can pick out the buttons, either 2, 3, 4 buttons, or
Wow.
it's really designed by him. It's whatever the image that he wants to portray, or whatever. And I like to say it's about personal style. Whatever your personal style is, then we can produce this for you.
Yeah, and you know, when you see a man in a nice tailored suit, it looks good when it fits his body
Right.
properly. Now, let me ask you this, and I'm not being facetious, I'm not being ugly or anything like that, but you have different body types. So if you have a very slender person, can we get that suit to enhance his body type?
Definitely. I mean, this is what it's for. It's
Okay.
because, you have the real slender, or you have the very broad.
tall.
So we take all of those measurements from the shirt to the chest to the hips, and then so when it comes back, it's going to fit all those areas, the sleeves and everything.
Yeah.
And it's really been a good business. I've really enjoyed doing it, and I love talking about it, and I love meeting with men. A lot of my clients, when we do, sometimes we'll go in and we'll go to their closet and we'll take out all the old things, and then we'll start fresh and just build him a new wardrobe. And they talk about how confident it makes them feel when they go to the grocery store. People really notice, and he said they take a second look at them because everything fits, and they look real smart and real confident. So
This is awesome, and you don't find this in the store. Well, at least I hadn't. I shop for my husband, and just to feel the count in the shirt, the sleeve of the shirt here, it's great. Now, let me ask you this. I know your name is Michael Bennett. How did we come up with Michael Blake? Where did that come from?
Well, you remember I said that I wanted to build a business for my son and I, and my son's name is Blake.
Okay.
And so I just took his name and my name and put it together, and that's how we built our business there.
Is he aware of what you're doing?
No, he's kind of, it's all about SpongeBob and Xbox right now, but he don't know later down the road he's got a little work to do.
Yeah, he's got a little work to do. Well,
Yeah.
this is truly, truly, truly amazing. Now, we do suits, we do the pants. Now, let's talk about shirts. How does that work?
We do shirts. You can pick out the collar style of your shirt. Some men like, the spread collar, or you can do button-down collars.
Okay.
Or you pick out the different fabric, and it's all fitted. The cuffs, I remember you said your husband loves French cuffs.
He does.
So we can do the French cuffs,
Look at that.
the placket in the front. A lot of shirts have the box placket here, and you can do this is called a French placket.
Okay.
And you pick out every detail of the shirt.
So is it, okay, because it sounds like a lot. It sounds like a lot. Is it hard? I mean, because if a man is watching this, it's like, okay, well, I want to explore this, and I've got to pick out all these things. Is it a simple process, or is it trying to decide what collar, what sleeve?
Remember,
Explain that.
that's when I talked about personal preference, your personal style.
Okay.
And that's what I do. I help men kind of define their personal style.
Gotcha.
And then once we've defined that, then it's easy for us to just peek and pick out, he was like, well, maybe I'm not really a French cuff guy.
Yeah.
And then we can do just a regular cuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's like, I like button-down collars instead of the spread collars. And yeah, it's just all his personal preferences.
Wow, I feel your passion for this all the way over here. It's like your face is lighting
Yeah.
up, and that's what Purpose is all about.
Right.
Let me ask you this, where are you going from here with this business?
Well, my goal is to open up a store, to have like a brick and mortar store, and we'll have some ready-to-wear items, but our main goal will focus just on made to measure.
Yeah.
And, we want to, there's a lot more that I want to do. We want to produce a magazine, just to really enhance our brand, to, that we can send out and distribute to let people know, who we are and what we're doing, and
Right.
about, different clothes for different seasons, and to kind of hit on those, what we talked about, your personal appearance and
Right.
being well groomed, and, why choose made to measure over buying off the rack. Or
Now, you had mentioned something about going into a man's closet and going through his closet and helping him pick. Is that all a part of your service? I don't want to talk about pricing and all of that. That's not even.
Some men want that because they want to really to start over. Maybe the things they have are outdated and they don't fit just right. Because once you've had it where it fits the sleeves,
Yeah.
and then you really want you want more of it. So yeah, a couple of my clients we've done just wardrobe consultation. We've gone in their closet and just redone their whole closet. And like I stated, I'm really organized. So one of my clients specifically, I went to his closet and I organized all of his stuff from his white shirts to blue shirts,
wow.
and it makes it easier to get dressed in the morning.
Yes, it does.
And we took pictures of like all his suits, and we put different ties and different shirts with it, and we put it up on a board in the middle of his closet. So, and it's easier for him to, he was like, well, okay, I want to wear this shirt, but he may not know what tie to match, so he can look up there and we put like 4 different ties. Then he said, okay, I'll do this one today.
That's awesome.
And he'd get dressed, and he's out of the house, and he's gone to
And
work.
he's gone to work. Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to look into that camera, and I want you to let our viewers know how they can get a hold of you, because I really think they can get a great benefit and value out of what you're offering to them there.
All right. You can give me a call at 501-940-6045, or you can go to our website, michaelblakemenswear.com, and it has our email address, and you can give us a call. We can set up a consultation, and the consultation is free, and we can take your measurements and maybe start really getting you to build a wardrobe that's going to take you professionally to the next level.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to give you a call because we're going to get you on Mr. Gainer.
All
How about
right.
that?
I'd love to help.
Well, I loved having you on the show. I hate it, but we have to go. But I really appreciate your purpose. I appreciate what you're offering. This service is so needed because we want to build up the men in our community, and we want that to spread abroad.
Right.
So I congratulate you, and I speak blessings over your life.
Thank you very
And
much.
I look forward to seeing you again on Coffee with Monica.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
All right.
All right.
All right. Don't go away. I want you to stay tuned. We're going to come back with Purpose Moments on Coffee with Monica. We'll be right back.
Nearly 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by the carelessness of humans and could be prevented. Help protect the home of our forest friends.
Come on! You can do it!
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to Purpose Moments on Coffee with Monica. Well, I don't know about you, but I got quite a few takeaways from this particular show. One of the takeaways is this: I can have my career purpose and I can have my purpose. I can do both. We are multifaceted individuals. God has blessed us with many gifts and many talents. But when we put everything in its proper perspective, it all can work out for us. Another thing that I got from this, even though we have dreams and goals and visions and all of these things, that's great. But in order to push past the fear and be effective, we have to prepare ourselves, we have to research, we have to put in the work, because we know faith without works is dead. So let's take that today. Let's pursue our purpose with passion, but let's prepare ourselves the proper way. And I guarantee you this: if you do that, like our guest Michael Bennett did, you're going to be emailing me with success stories as to how you launched out and pursued your purpose with passion. Here's what I need you to do. This is a new season, and I want you to go out to the website at www.coffeewithmonicashow.com. We have giveaways this season. Oh yeah, you can go on, log on, find out how you can receive some amazing gifts from some of our viewers, some of our business leaders in our community. I want to hear from you. Email me at monica@coffeewithmonicashow.com. And as always, be blessed, and thanks for having Coffee with Monica.